Hello everyone, and I totally forgot to set up my iPad and my computer, so give me a minute to do that. Let's see, so I can see when people come in. Oh, there I am. I'm on my iPad. Now let me get up on, okay, we're there. Of course, it'll do its crazy thing. Hey, Janice, about, this live video has ended when it really hasn't when I flip it, but that's okay. I hope everybody is having a fabulous day. We have had gorgeous weather the past 2 days, 70s, low 70s, high 70s. And then today it started out sunny, but now it's overcast. I think we're going to have showers off and on. It's been that way the last couple of days, which is fine, but the temperature is nice. So that's good. So I have to tell you, this little one is going through a horrible chewing phase. Horrible. I understand that it's something that they do till they're 2 years old, the chewing. She's an aggressive chewer. Perfect example, I had one of those thick knotted braided ropes. I gave it to her. We were in the chair one night. I gave it to her. She hadn't played with it much. Within 30 minutes, she had gnawed it and had untangled it and was starting to pull out the threads to eat. Then I got a Kong Wubba, which is great for tug of war. And it was recommended by someone, that it was a good one. And I trust this person. She has dogs herself. I gave it to her, and within 10 minutes, she had ripped it open. So it's like, okay, trying to find something that she can't. Now, Kongs, she does fine with those. They're indestructible. Her newest thing is to go into the bathroom, and I have my toilet paper on just like a hook that you slide it on. She's figured out if she bats at it, she can knock it off, and then wants to take the roll and play with it. And then the other thing is she's learned when I have a chime on my dryer, when the chime goes off, I'm going to open it. And I have dryer balls in there. She will stick her head in and try to grab one of the balls and then take off running. And I'm chasing her to get the ball. She is just a mess. I swear. She is just play. But we got to get the chewing under control because she's chewing on things she shouldn't be chewing on. Part kitty. I think she might be, but she just loves. I did get her a Kong ball, but it's a bigger one. I wish they made smaller ones. I have the tennis balls. She chews at it and chews at it and chews at it till the covering comes off. So she's just an aggressive chewer. And I constantly have to watch her because she'll chew on anything, furniture, rugs, I have metal pulls on my nightstand in my bedroom. She grabs that and chews on that. She loves to chew on metal. It's like the harder, the better. It's like, I need to get her something hard, really hard. I want to order her a couple of more Kongs. And what I'll take and do is I'll freeze one. And when it's cold, give it to her. When I got her the second Kong the other day, it was really, really cold here, and I didn't realize it had come. So it had been outside for a couple of hours. I opened it up, pulled it out, gave it to her. She chewed on that thing for a good half hour because it was cold. Someone recommended to me kids' tube socks that you wet and freeze and let them chew on that. She'll eat it. You know, she'll get it to the point. I'm going to have to sit there and just watch her. And when it's no longer frozen, take it away from her. I would much rather do a Kong and not have to worry about it. So she's a mess. It's a mess. She has gotten to the point where she will sit in the chair with me and she wants in her crate, lay on my legs. So, you know, that at least in the evening, we get that much. Hey, Diane. All right, I'm going to get ready and put her in her crate, and we're going to get started. All right, here we go. She has a Kong in there. She chews on blankets, you name it, she chews on it. All right, I'm going to take and turn this and flip it. So take, if you get dizzy, close your eyes as I turn this and flip it. All right. All right. Now I have to, no, I want to go this way. Is that right? Yes. All right. Hold on. Almost. Some of you I know get dizzy, so I try to warn you. All right. Well, it's upside down. Hang on. I'm going to flip it around. I thought I had it. Somehow, some way I messed it up. All right, there we go. All right, now let's see if my computer goes wonky on me. All right. It may say that it's ended, but so far it's good. All right. This piece, I went looking in the Flight and Airy DSP, and I pulled out this one to do a second card with. I looked for another one that was a scene, and I couldn't find one, so I chose this one to use, but I'm going to show you how this works. All right, for this, you're going to need a piece of white that's 4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside of your card. You need a piece of, my card base is Lost Lagoon, and it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and it's scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. And then you need a piece that is 2 1/2 by 5 1/2. All right, and you'll see why. And then you need your piece of DSP, and this needs to be 6 by 5 1/4. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut our DSP. I have the other one already cut, so I can just put it together, but I wanted to show you how to do this. So the first cut we're going to make is, and I got to measure it because I forgot already, 2 1/2. All right, is 2 1/2. So you want it so that you can see the pattern and it's right side up. And you're going to make your first cut at 2 1/2. All right. Then you're going to make your next cut at 1 1/4. All right, and that should leave 2 inches. Let me make sure. Nope, 1 1/2. 2 1/2, 1 1/2. All right, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to flip it around and cut 2 inches because I don't want to cut it wrong. I could swear it was 1 1/4, but it may not be. It may be 1 1/2. Let's see. Yep, it's 1 1/2. And then that leaves you a 2-inch piece. All right. What you're going to do is with this piece, you're going to take the 2-inch piece. All right. And it's going to go on here, and I've cut this piece wrong. This one has a, no, it doesn't. All right, hold on. I'm going to recut this one, which means I have to recut my navy one also. Let me see what this is. 2 3/4. All right, I will just recut the navy one when we get there. All right, so this piece is going to go on here. All right, and my glue. I ran downstairs before I started because I realized all my supplies were downstairs again. All right, now, this is an easy card to do and to put together. All right, so we're going to put this on. And this doesn't have Lost Lagoon in it, but I liked it because I thought it matched that color fairly close. It's supposed to be Pool Party. It's a darker Pool Party, so I went with Lost Lagoon. All right, now, to make your card base, you're going to fold it in half like you always do. All right, and then this piece you're going to fold back. All right. This piece goes inside, all right, here. And what you're going to do is the 2-inch piece goes here, and it's even with the edge. And I might be a little bit longer. This piece, the white piece may not be, it may be the scant 4 instead, or 5.5, 5 1/4. I'll get it yet. All right. So there's that. And it is, so I'm going to cut this off. Okay. And again, it's just a tiny piece. All right, now this piece goes in here. You can stamp something here, and if you want to have more spaces to write, add another panel on the back. You can't add it here, and you'll see why in a minute. All right, so we're going to take this, and we're going to add this to the inside. All right, like so. All right, now this piece is going to go on here, but what we want to do is we want to, and it's even, we want to only put it on this piece, and we want something sturdy. Your tape only goes on this piece here, so I'm going to use my double-sided tape. This is a great one to use with Meandering Meadow. I should have used that one. I didn't even think of it. I still have some of that left. But if you've got any of the scene papers, this is great. And you'll see when I do the hot air balloons what I mean. All right, and I'm just going to put 3 strips on here to hold it. Like so. All right. Now, I'm going to take my pokey tool and I'm going to take these pieces off. All right. You want to keep, when you cut your paper, in order. Reason being is they need to match up. And I need to see. This is smaller than it needs to be, but that's okay because when you open it, you're not going to see that other section. All right, there. And I'm going to leave this closed because this piece goes in here, like so. And you want to have your spacing as close as possible. All right. So I'm going to turn this sideways so I can watch my spacing. I'm going to pick it up just slightly and get it underneath of here. Because it's got, I'm going to butt it up against that score line. There. And I'll just pick this up. There. All right. So when it's closed, it looks like this. When it's opened, it looks like this. Now, I have pulled some paper, and I was just going to put a sentiment on there, but this isn't a scenic paper. So I pulled in the hot air balloons, and I thought I would do a hot air balloon. Let's do the big one. All right, there's that. Here's this. And I need the big piece here. So I will be doing some. All right, let me have this one. Now, I'm wondering what colors to use. I hope this fits on here. Yes, it does. Let's see. I could do Lost Lagoon. And I'm thinking, oh, it's over here. I could do Lost Lagoon. All right. I'm gonna stamp on here. You can still add a sentiment to this. All right, there's my Lost Lagoon. All right, I think I'm gonna do this piece with Lemon Lolly, because that's the color. That's the yellow. And then I need a color for the basket. And I'm thinking my basket needs to be a brown. There's that. Maybe pecan pie? What do you think? Let's see what it looks like. I changed this up since this is, I'm going to stamp it up there. All right, now this set comes with dies. So I'm going to cut this out real quick. You can make these pieces with, I think it's this one, with just cardstock. But I thought it would be fun to stamp it. All right, and I've got to tape it so it doesn't move on me. And then I got to put my little basket, which will jump all around. So I've got to get my basket on here. All right. I'm not certain I got my basket in the right spot, but we'll find out. There. Oop, I didn't. It practically cut the whole thing off. Because I used the wrong one. That's why. Let me stamp it again real quick. It's like, why is that not working? All right. And I'll get that in a minute. This one is the one I needed. And I stamped the wrong one. My pecan pie is here. All right, there. Let's try this again now. I was wondering why that didn't fit right. But one of those things. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, it's moved on me. Dang it. I'm having all kinds of trouble this morning. taped it down good that time. It's not going anywhere. All right, I think this basket will be a better one. All right. Oh, yes. Much better. Still off a little, but better than it was. And let me carefully take that off. And I can put this away so I don't lose the pieces. There's a lot of little fiddly pieces in there, so you have to be careful. All right, so I can throw that away. Now this, I'm going to put on my card base like so. Now you can stamp a little hot air balloon down here if you want. I'm not going to. And where's my dimensionals? Oh, I didn't bring them up, but I do have a bunch over here, so I'm in good shape. All right. And I'm going to put the basket on with the glue dot so that it, all right, now I cannot put anything over here on this side because it'll stick down, because then I can determine where to put the basket with the glue dot. I've tried it with the dimensional and it just doesn't work. All right. Oh, she's over there chewing on the blanket. Or actually, I think she's chewing on another one of those braided things. All right, so I'm just going to, oh, because you have to, this goes up underneath. So I find it easier if you just put it on with the glue dot like so. Now, I still think it needs a sentiment. So I'm going to pull in the Just a Note from the Go-To Greetings, my favorite stamp set. I use it so much. And I'm going to stamp it like so. And I didn't worry about whether it's straight or not, because I'm going to use my postage stamp punch, and I'm going to center it like so. Then I'm going to reinsert it. This is another thing I do all the time. It's a little fiddly, but I'm trying to do it left-handed, and I'm right-handed. Get your two ends in and then kind of push it down. And once you get it pushed down, then you can take and adjust it. All right. And make sure your divots are where the holes are, and you punch it, and that's how you can make a smaller punch than what you have. And I'm just going to add some dimensionals to this, and I'll add it to my card, and then I'm going to do the other one, but I've cut all my pieces. So I wanted to do the first one and show you how to cut your pieces for it. But the next one, other than the navy, all right, and then I'm going to put my Just a Note right there. So there's the first idea. And when you open it up, you have that. But, you know, you can, like I said, you can always put a piece on the back to write on. So there's card one. Now let me get another piece of navy out and recut the navy. It's 5.5 by, let me see what this is, 2 3/4. This is going to be close. Yeah, tiny piece off. All right. And I'll just put that one back in my bag, and we've got it straight. All right, let's get this one put together. So this piece goes here. So I'm going to take my glue, and you'll see how it works with a seam paper. And if any of you have the, oh, this is a little long, so I'm going to cut it. The Meandering Meadow. Some of the other ones were On the Horizon would be good for this. What's another one that we had? There was another one. Can't remember what it is. But any of these would work. All right, let me fold and burnish this. Make sure it's straight. It's off a little. There. Right, and then this piece gets folded back. This would be a great card to mass produce. You could do all your bases and then cut your paper and add it in. Excuse me. Add it on. And there you go. You can even stamp your sentiments and have them all punched ahead of time and be ready to go with them. All right. There. The only thing you have to make sure is to line this up at the top and make sure it's straight. I had to clean my stamp because I'm going to use the same Just-A-Note. All right, now, this piece goes on next. This one is the last one. Remember, that middle piece is the last, because then you can get it lined up. The Bold and Bright, Bright and Bold, whatever one that is, oops, upside down, would be a good one to do for birthday party. The stripes on the back of this reminded me. So you could do that and do, if you have the birthday cake punch. I don't know if we had birthday cake dies. I don't remember. I know we had a punch a long time ago. I do not have that one, which surprises me because I keep all my punches, so I must not have gotten that one. All right, here we go. Take your backs off. Now, the only thing you have to worry about here is to make sure that these are going in the right direction. And I'm just going to put this one corner down and get it lined up, then the other corner, and it works. All right, and now we can put this one in the middle. And do our sentiment. And we'll do the sentiment. I use the same sentiment. Ooh, almost put that one on upside down. Not good. All right, and again, I'm centering this. It's almost up against that side. I probably should have pulled this over some, but it's glued down, so it won't, I wouldn't, because it's not even straight. So, but you get the idea. So there it is, and there it goes, and then I close it up. And then I'm just going to take my sentiment and my navy ink. I was thinking Lost Lagoon, but it's like, that's not Lost Lagoon. All right. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment like so. Oh, I think I need to re-ink my navy pad. All right, and I'm going to put this in. And I'm going to center it now. Make sure it's straight. Watch your sentiment, not the paper. All right, there. All right, and it's best if you don't do the whole thing. You only punch part, because then it's easier to slide in. All right, see, I did much better with this one. All right, and the only thing you have to worry about is, see, if I go here, it's too close. So this one might be a little different. There we go. And then make sure you take the piece that's inside there, or the next time you go to use it, you'll have a mess. All right, let me find my dimensionals here and cut some. And get this card finished. I hope everybody has some fun plans for the weekend. I am trying to work ahead. I have 3 classes that I have paid for that I haven't done. And it's been a while since I paid for them. So I want to do those, work on those classes, but I won't let myself do it until I get all the things done that I need to do. So I'm going to be trying to get caught up. And I'm just going to put the Just-A-Note, I think I'm going to put it right about there. All right. And there's the second card. So there's 2 ideas, one with scenic paper. I call it scenic because it's like a scene. And one with just a pattern. So you can see how you can use it for both. So what do you think? Is it a good idea? I mean, I think so. It's a great way to use your DSP. You know, you can do strips of your DSP, the scene paper, but after a while the cards start to look the same. And it's like, all right, how can I make it different? And this is a way to use that whole piece. I did a whole series on my blog and YouTube channel showing how to cut it up. And I use the meandering meadow and make different cards so that it looks a little different. So you're not using the same layout all the time. All right, I'm going to get ready and flip this around. So if you're the type that gets dizzy, close your eyes. All right, I'm going to cover the camera, but sometimes I don't always do it very good. So, okay, all done. Hey, Joni, I didn't see you come in. It didn't pop up on my computer. I hope you enjoyed today's idea and that you'll give it a try. I mean, quick and easy cards. All you have to do is cut your paper and go with it. So if you use the Bright and Beautiful, Bold and Bright, I think that's what it's called, the Bold and Bright. It's the bright colors. It's the brights. That would make great birthday cards. Can you imagine how many birthday cards you could do with this layout and that paper? You could have your birthday cards for the next year done. And it's so quick and easy. And all you have to do is put a little happy birthday. And you can always sign your name, you know, little image here. Happy birthday, sign your name. And even if it shows, it's no big deal. Or, like I said, cut a panel and put it on the back. All right. Thanks for joining me today. I hope I've inspired you and you'll give some of these a try. I'm going to get ready and see if I can't do another video for my advanced class from last month. I have to get those done. I had some issues with it and I came up with some things that I had to fix. So I'm going to try at least to get part of those done today and part tomorrow and have them ready to go out because I've got to mail out the kits. Have a great weekend, guys. Oh, you too, Kim. Bye.